Hey, Kate from K8 Wellness. Well, that went wrong, didn't it? Kate from K8 Wellness. You know you're feeling sick when you can't even say your own business name. Kate from K8 Wellness. How are you doing, guys? It's Transformational Tuesday, and you're coming for a little walk with me, so you can come and see what goes on in my brain when I go out walking. There's a couple of reasons for me out walking right now and talking to you. One, I've been at the Arab Health Conference today. Very interested, and I'm going to be talking about that in a moment, about corporate wellness and my views on that. And secondly, I've just had a bit of a bumpy car ride, and I think some of you know that I do suffer from travel sickness. It got to a point when I was in the police where it was quite hilarious, me turning up at incidents and me about to be sick. And it's got worse again recently. So if any of you, any of my tribe, have any travel sickness tips, basically I need to make sure I don't get too hot. I haven't eaten, I'm not rushing, I haven't exercised. So I've got a bottle of water, come out for some fresh air. So this week, let's get into it. So I was at the Arab Health Conference. It's very interesting. It says, so corporate wellness, people there talking about reducing their insurance, improving employee well-being, retaining staff, making them happy and well. There are all these stats, all these figures, all these apps. You're thinking, and I sat there and I thought, firstly, we're stuck in a very air-conditioned, dark conference room. Why are we in there? Why we're talking about wellness? Why are we not out walking? Why are we not on the beach? Why are we not getting vitamin D? People are talking about diabetes and vitamin D deficiency. I'm like, because we're in a conference room. And secondly, a lot of the people in there didn't look particularly well themselves. Let's just say when you're talking about being overweight or diabetes, and they're working in corporate wellness. Now, admittedly, maybe most of them are to do with insurance and HR, but what kind of example is that setting? Yeah, so it was very interesting. And then the third thing was, I just started thinking, what is the bigger picture? And in the last few weeks, and in general, I ask you these kind of, bigger questions, I always ask people now, why? Why do any of us do what we do? Why do we reach for that cigarette? Why do we allow ourselves to get overweight? Why do we struggle to get ourselves fit? Why do we end up in a chronic illness cycle and can't break it? Why do we choose the healthy options or the unhealthy options? All of these things. For me, that's fascinating because I studied psychology at uni, studied it for 5 years, 2 years before that, 3 years at uni. Bit of a psych geek. I'm always interested in behavioural change, and just so this is going to be interesting to some of you. For some of you who are maybe interested in what I do, but you're not quite sure what I do, or the question is, are you a dietitian, or what are you? I had that question this week, and I said, no, I am the bridge between the dietitian and the doctor. I can do DNA testing, I refer for testing. I come from a very scientifically nutrition background, so through my PT and through my DNA fit testing and studying sports nutrition and studying nutrition for weight management, I then transitioned through my own challenges more into holistic health. So when I used to do personal training and when I used to do sports nutrition, and even last year when I was working full-time in a facility, it was very clinical. It's very based around calories, very based around your macronutrients, your carbs, your proteins, your fats, really spot on. So almost to the extent where an athlete will be told you're having X amount of protein, X amount of carbs, X amount of recovery rest, to that level of detail. And then, as I said, as you know, hopefully you know by now, through my own challenges, I've moved away from that holistic health through yoga, mindfulness, meditation. And then last year I completed my Transformational Nutrition Coaching certification. So I'm a CTNC through ITN, and I chose that course for a reason. I could have gone and studied dietetics. I did look at that. I considered maybe going back to uni and doing medical training. I definitely had the brains. I don't mean to sound egotistical there, but I'm quite a smart cookie. I could have gone to medical school. I could go back to medical school, but really, is that the model I want to follow? People come to me when Western medicine doesn't help them. And just a case in point, with 3 ladies this week, 3 very different situations. One lady, she won't mind me mentioning, has cancer. Is a nurse herself. Being given zero advice on diet and health. just kind of continue with dairy, which is shocking if you've got cancer. Continue with your Diet Coke. Just continue what you're doing. We'll give you the drugs. So, you know, working with her now, and it's an education for me because cancers are, you know, it's not my niche, it's not the area I specialise in. So for me, it's, you know, I'm learning new stuff, but she is as well. We're having great discussions there. And the two ladies who contacted me in Dubai this week, you know, they're both, even though they're very different, they're both, the same things come up. One lady literally just started a 1-month protocol for hypothyroidism. Again, not my niche. Hypothyroidism and energy and gut issues, which I'm interested in. But she's been given a plan. She's been given a month plan, a diet plan, supplements, you name it, testing and everything. You know, I had to point out to her about T3. If any of you watching this have any thyroid issues, and especially I know in the UK they only look at your TSH, your thyroid stimulating hormone, and it's T3 is critical. There's a documentary series now by Dr. Isabella Wentz called The Thyroid Secret. You really have to check it out. So if you have any thyroid issues, or that you've been told you have any thyroid issues, definitely, you know, you need to investigate T3. And if you want any more info on that, let me know. I work with I collaborate with people who are experts who are in thyroid. Anyway, so she came to me and she'd be given a plan, but she's, you know, she said she just isn't getting the support, isn't being listened to, isn't being heard. They're not addressing everything. They're not addressing the weight. They're not addressing why she's eating, why she's choosing that, you know. It's like, that's where I come in. And I say I can give you any meal plan you want. I've got, I think, 160 different dietary modalities. I specialise a lot in the gut healing protocols, SCD, specific carbohydrate diet, FODMAPs, GAPS, all of those. So I'm getting distracted because there's a lot of people around me. Just don't want to get hit by a mini car. I'm going to try and keep this under 8 minutes. And then finally another lady, oh, battery is low. Okay, sorry, that stopped then, I pressed the button. Battery's low, so I better hurry up. 1 minute. So the final lady who came to me this week, similar things, you know, just, you know, yo-yo dieting, crash dieting, weight issues, energy challenges, gut issues, none of them being addressed. None of them being addressed at all by anyone else. And that's what I really work on. And I put myself there to say, I work with someone now over a month period where I'll address whatever needs to be addressed, but primarily around weight challenges, gut health, energy. What's the real root causes, you know? One lady told me she just can't stop herself from running down the street after biscuits. And I'm like, right, let's look into that. What is the reason behind that? Our emotional connections to food, we all have them, you know, our childhood influences, you know, why we know what to do, or the seagulls are coming to get me, why we know what to do but we don't do it, well, that's the big one. You know, why we know we should drink more water, but by the way, are you guys drinking enough water? Have you had your water today? Because God, if you've got any health issues, weight issues, and you're not drinking enough water, you know, well, like our body is made up of 70-80% water. So forget everything else, forget the superfoods. You know, if you just do 3 things a day, so just to finish off, 3 things a day or 3 things tomorrow, depending when you watch this, is make sure you get enough water. My very first blog post gives you a little chart, a little calculation, but generally what, like 1.5 to 3 litres, depending on so many factors. If you're here in this climate, probably more than the UK winter. So water, get outside as much as you can. I've missed the sunshine today, but you know, just get outside, get the vitamin D from the sunshine if you can, get the serotonin and the mood boosting properties. Just get some fresh air, especially if you're stuck in an office or an air condition. I've been stuck in the air conditioned conference room. My nose is blocked. I feel blur, you know. I need to get outside. So we've got water, we've got fresh air, and then sleep, guys. Like, you know, you're not going to function if you have enough sleep. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna have gut issues if you're not having enough water and sleep, and you're gonna feel a bit lousy. So, you know, you do need your 7 to 9 hours sleep. I don't care what people say. If you can do 4 hours like Obama and Clinton and Trump, oh, great on you. But if you get 4 great quality hours sleep, that's different. But if you're just having 4 average hours sleep, and I've given you a tip before, is your electronics, your EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies from all your devices. So at night time, turn off your Wi-Fi, turn off your Bluetooth, turn off everything, you know, get your phones out your bedroom, turn your Wi-Fi off at the sockets, turn everything off. The Wi-Fi is really going to mess with your sleep. The mobile signals, put your phone on flight mode if you have to. Like, I live in a studio apartment, so you know, I've got to have a phone somewhere. I've got to stick it outside. But just turn everything off if you can. If you can use an alarm clock rather than your phone alarm, even better. And yeah, blue light filter as well. You know, at night time, you get this free app I've got called Blue Light Filter on your phone. It just dims the blue light, which stops your melatonin production and stops you sleeping, stops you getting good sound sleep. So I've been rambling on a little bit. I hope you've got hope some of that was interesting or some useful tips. I'd love to know if you've any comments about that. You know, shoot me an email, just hit reply to this. I love interacting with you, and I know a few of you now have like stepped out your shell and send me back an email and answer my questions, and that's awesome. And again, just interact with me on Instagram or Facebook. I'm doing a lot more videos on Instagram. I'm quite enjoying Instagram. It took me a long time to get on there, and I'm still trying to learn the ropes, all the hashtags and stuff. I was a little bit, don't get it, but yeah, I'm on there every day really, posting little short videos, much shorter than this one. And I know a few of you interact with me and follow me on there, and that's awesome. I love to chat to you. I love you asking me questions. Ask me any question you like, and I will, if I don't know the answer, I'll go and dig out the research, or I'll go and ask someone. And yeah, anyway, I'm getting mobbed here, as you can see. Have a great Tuesday, everyone, or it might be Wednesday by the time you watch this, and I will chat to you very soon. Perhaps I'll go back to a written one, a written TT next week. I just like to do a little bit of variety, and as I say, I've been at the Arab Health Conference for today, so it just gives me less time today to write you a written one. Anyway, have a good TT. I will chat to you or speak to you very soon.